Sports is our next stop along the two-a-day schedule here in Strasburg, Ohio, brought to you by the Niedenthal and Company. And Adam, Strasburg Tigers got a new coach this year.
Yeah, familiar face to the Tigers and the Tiger faithful. Head coach Jim Morris makes his second return to Strasburg, and there's been a lot of uncertainty up here over the past couple years. And just first off, I just wanted to mention, Coach Tom Spidell stepping in last year in that, it was a horrible situation that the team and the school was under. Coach Spidell stepped in because he knew that's what they needed. Kudos to them and the administration for getting that all put in place. So those seniors and those players could continue the season.
Yeah, Coach Spidell did a nice job stepping in. He state champion softball coach, so he knows how to rally the troops. He knows how to get the guys and girls going. So, nice job by him. And this team struggled last year, going 1-9. I think they went 1-4 in the IVC, but things are already looking up with these guys. Like you said, they brought back a familiar face.
Yeah, familiar face in Jim Morris. I'm excited to see because following the Tigers in 2022, we saw that they were in some games. Up until halftime, they were able to put some points on the board against some opponents. But it just seemed like you could just see they would get worn down in the second half. So maybe Coach Morris and, maybe a different game plan entering each week, may be able to get this team in a position where they can withhold that, get through into the third and fourth quarter of games and get a few more victories under their belt here in 2023.
Like you said, last year a lot of kids were asked to play both ways. Being here watching practice already, looks like the numbers are up a little bit. Probably looks around 25 kids, maybe a little bit more. They got some nice sides out here, and looking forward to see what Coach Morris has to say about this program. I'm now joined by Strasburg head football coach Jim Morris. And, Coach, welcome back to Strasburg, your second stint here, and, I'm sure the community is happy to have you back.
I hope they are. I'm happy to be back. I think it's a great decision at this time. It's the right time in my life to do this. I'm excited about it. I got a new fire, and I'm with some good old friends that are helping me out, and I'm really excited about what's going on right now.
Coach, this is the third head coach that these group of kids have had now here at Strasburg the last 3 years. And so how's camp went and how's the start of 2 days going? What's the mentality going on around here with these young athletes?
Right now, we're hungry, which you should be at this point in time. I know everybody starting out new is fired up, excited, ready to go. The one thing we have to overcome is we have to overcome all of the old habits that we weren't successful with. And I'm not saying the coaches that were here before weren't successful, but what they were doing wasn't getting it done. So we have to change that mindset. We have to change that attitude. And we're starting from rock bottom, and we're going to be just very simple, and we're going to be fundamentally sound, and we're going to work not to hurt ourselves.
Coach, the boys last year, they struggled a little bit. There were the times that they could score some offensive points, and defensively is where they struggled last year. And is that a big focus for you this year?
Absolutely. I noticed on film watching some off a huddle that there were times when we weren't tackling very well, and that really hurt them. Their big plays killed them. We got to eliminate big plays. That's been a big focus. Getting to the football has been a big focus. We work pursuit every day. We work tackling every day, and we really are trying to get them to get a desire to get to the football. And if we can do those things, and their teams are still going to, hit some big plays on us, but we're going to eliminate most of those and give us a chance in each game.
Coach, one of the positions that's tough to fill sometimes in high school football is the quarterback position because every year you're rotating it out because you got a senior graduate. But as of right now, you got a young kid. He got 1 year under his belts last year. You're bringing back Gage Moore, and so it's got to help you a little bit having a leader back there that the kids are used to, but also at the same time now he's got to do things your way.
Well, that's it, and he's thankfully open-minded enough to do that. Luckily, we're working with two other young men that can step in if we need to make some changes. But right now, Gage is taking the reins, and he's doing a really good job. He's learning the offense very well, and he's also playing extremely great defense at the linebacker position. So we're going to count on him pretty heavily, as well as 4 or 5 other guys.
Yeah, Coach, you're bringing back Matt Cox, Parker Edwards Jr., Caden Thomas, Drake Reifensnyder on the line. So you got some nice offensive line guys too.
We do. We were making that comment the other day that we could right now possibly go 6 or 7 deep on the offensive line because we got some young guys that are really starting to stand out. And I think that that's going to benefit us. Even though we have 25 in numbers, if we can spell guys every third series or so, different times, we're getting extra guys playing, plus we're giving our guys some rest that can play defense and do other things.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can give guys a break, get some fresh legs to bring them in there. And how's it looking for your underclassmen? You got some guys in there that can really step up. Any of those names standing out?
We do. We have. I really hate to mention any names just before the fact that. At this point in time, we're not quite sure because we haven't hit anybody or really done anything live. But we do have a very good young freshman crew, and all those kids are working really hard, and we're going to see some names out of them that are going to do real well. And, of course, the sophomore group had a heavy load last year playing a lot of reps. We're going to count on them, too, to continue that and build. The numbers there are both solid, so I'm really excited about that. And the junior class is really, really stepping up and understanding what we need to do. So we have 4 classes right now that I think if they buy into what we're doing, they see that the changes we want to make, and they do stay fundamentally sound and stay focused on the task at hand and play with passion, I think we're going to be okay. We'll be in games.
Coach, you open up week 1 against Rittman. That one kind of got away from this team last year. Then you'll go against Steubenville Central Catholic, a new opponent this year. You got to be excited to get a new team in here.
Well, we are. What I'm really excited about is the kids get the opportunity to go down to Death Valley and play at Steubenville Stadium. And I think that's going to be eye-opening for us. It's going to be a wonderful experience. That's one of my favorite stadiums, playing against Steubenville all the time. I know the atmosphere probably won't be quite the same that is if Steubenville's playing. I don't think they'll run the horse and that kind of stuff. But just to be able to play in a stadium of that caliber is fantastic for our young men. And that's what we need to do. They need to see that because if their dreams are to get to the playoffs and have success, those are the type of stadiums we need to be in because that's where we'll be in the future if we do things right.
Coach, coming back this year, what's been your message to the kids to get ready for this 2023 football season?
It's simple. Greatness begins today. That's our motto. That's the way we're going to go with things. Every day we step on the field, when we walk out the locker room door, it says on the door, greatness begins today. So we're going to be great, and we're going to push them, and the standard's the standard.
All right, Coach. Well, Big Z Sports, we'd like to wish the Strasburg Tigers good luck this year.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to getting some live stream games with you guys this year, and we'd like to say good luck, and thanks for taking the time out with us today.
Oh, thank you, and I appreciate everything you guys do. You're great for the Valley. Without you, we wouldn't have a lot of representation, and it's an outstanding job that you guys are everywhere with the limited crew that you have. So we really appreciate you being here and talking to Strasburg.
That's Strasburg head football coach Jim Morris. Thanks to Coach Jim Morris for joining us there. And Adam, Coach is excited. He's got some things he's working on, and he's excited about his offensive line and how many kids they got, and he's really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think, Coach Morris, you could just hear the enthusiasm in his voice. He sees the potential in this group of kids, and I think if they do things the right way, he sees that this could be a good season for the Strasburg Tigers.
Yeah, he put a lot of time into talking about the defense right there. That was probably their biggest problem last year. Like today, we give up a lot of points, and he said they're working hard on defense, working on tackling, and he's hoping that could help turn this program around.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it several times. Coach Morris, he's the right guy to keep that positivity. He's going to get the most out of these players, and they're going to. Personally, I think they're going to love playing for him all season long. Yeah,
the Tigers open up on the road with the Rittman Indians, and then they go down to Steubenville Central Catholic, and then they have Letonia, 2 new opponents right there for the Tigers to open the season up.
Yeah, and then, week 4, then we're going to see them out in Bowerston as they travel to take on the Connaughton Valley Rockets. That's going to be a game you can see right here on Big Z Sports. So should be an exciting first half of the year for the Tigers.
Yeah, and they'll finish the first half of the year up. They've picked up a crossover game with the Tusky Valley Trojans, so nice little drive right up the back road here if you want, or you can jump on 77 and get there pretty quick. And then they get into that IVC North, and Coach is really hoping they can contend this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'll mention he's going to get the most out of these players, and we're going to follow them all the way through, and hopefully good things will come for the Tigers.
All right, well, that was the Strasburg Tigers, brought to you by Needenthal & Company and Big Z Sports. We'll be stopping in another stadium.